Hi YouTube family, happy Sunday. I hope you all are having a wonderful day with your friends and family. Today I was in the mood for some fried red snapper, crispy and crunchy and brown. And to go with that, I said some dal and rice and some pumpkin and Karila would complement that fried fish well. I want to show you guys how I prepare all this as our Sunday special today. So let me show you how I prepare all this. So today we're going to start with a combination of a winter squash and a butternut squash known as pumpkin in Guyana. So these squash have their own nutrients, and squashes are very nutritious and delicious and healthy for us. So I'm gonna go in for this one. The skin is usually hard, so we have to put some pressure here. See, this is a very sharp knife, but this squash is really hard, and the flavor is amazing. When you mix them, look at that, it's kind of buttery inside, really nice and buttery. So when you mix them, you get a beautiful result. I'm gonna use most of it, and I'm just gonna leave a little piece. I like to keep piece for soup or anything that I have to add a piece of pumpkin inside. See guys, you have to be careful when you're dealing with this. First of all, we're gonna remove the seeds. And it's easy to remove with a spoon like that. Same thing here. You can keep the seeds and roast them or dry them. Put them in your oven a little. Add some salt and black pepper and you'll get a beautiful flavor of pumpkin seed to enjoy. So this is how we're cutting it up, nice and small pieces. Hubby peeled this winter squash and the butternut squash, and now he's chopping them up for me. So we have a few pieces more. I'm gonna start getting my ingredients ready. So I'm gonna be cutting up some ingredients for the butternut squash and the winter squash. I have here some Karila, and this was from my garden last summer. I'm gonna fry that up as well. And here is my seasoning. I have some onions, green onions, garlic, cilantro, and hot pepper. What I love about these vegetables, they do not need a lot, but they're full with flavors and nutrients. So let me chop my ingredients up, and we will put these two delicious vegetables together. One is slightly on the bitter side, which is very good for us, and one is on the sweeter side. So perfect balance for this meal. I'm gonna chop up the ingredients for both of the veggies, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the chopping of the garlic. And once I finish chopping up all the ingredients, I'm gonna start cooking both of them at the same time. Next, I'm gonna cut my green onions because the onions usually make me cry, so I will leave the onions for last. I'm gonna chop my cilantro, and the cilantro I'm only gonna be adding to my butternut squash or pumpkin because this adds a really nice flavor to it. It complements the sweetness of the pumpkin well. I wouldn't be adding it to my bitter melon. Next, I'm gonna go in for my onions, and hopefully they don't make me tear up. So check out my dal, guys. I just chunky the dal, and the smell is absolutely inviting. I love my whole and grind jeera in there, along with that very nice crisp garlic. So this is what we're serving with all the rest of the vegetables. So for the Karaila, we're gonna go in with our onions, half of it. And I don't want to put my oil too hot because the camera person is very scared that they get burned. So let the onion fry for a little. So for the butternut squash or pumpkin, I'm gonna do the same. I'm cooking both at the same time. I'm adding my onions. We're gonna let it cook for a minute or so, and then I'm gonna go in with the rest of the ingredients step by step. So we're gonna go in with some garlic here for the Karaila. I'm gonna mix. We're gonna go in with some green onions. And then let this cook for a few minutes. Let me add my pepper. And then let everything mix in together with that oil and infuse to a beautiful flavor. So on this side, we're gonna go in with our garlic, hot pepper, green onions, and we're gonna leave our cilantro to add closer to the end. I find the flavor is more rich and delicious when you add it close to the end. We're gonna cook this up for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and add our Karaila or bitter melon. So our ingredients are looking nice. I'm gonna go in with my Karaila or bitter melon. When was the last time you had some nice fried Karaila? And these are from my garden, as I mentioned before, so they're so delicious. No fertilizer added to these ones. I'm gonna give it a good mix, and then I'll fry it up for a few minutes. So now it's time for us to go in with the butternut squash or pumpkin. So we're gonna give this a mix so all our ingredients can evenly distribute. And I'm gonna go in with some salt and black pepper. I like to add some roasted jeera too in my pumpkin or butternut squash, but today I'm gonna leave it without because I want the full flavor of these two pumpkin or squash that I added. So black pepper and salt. I'm gonna mix it again, and we're gonna go over and turn up our bitter melon. I usually add my salt almost when the bitter melon is done. I don't like to add it early because it will spring a lot of water, and I'm trying to avoid that. So our butternut squash and the winter squash, no time at all, and look, without any pressure with my spatula, they are just melting away in here. And that's why I love to cook these squashes or these pumpkin, because there is no water in them. Some of the big ones, they reduce a lot of water, and then it takes a longer time to cook. But look at these, no time at all. So we're gonna mix in our cilantro, and then I will remove this from the heat, and this is one delicious looking pumpkin or butternut squash hot off the stove. So our Karaila is looking nice. I'm gonna go in with my salt at the moment because most of the liquid is gone. Mine was frozen, that's why I didn't want it to spring up more water. I'm gonna add some turmeric in there because I like my food to have color, and the turmeric will give it a nice color, and turmeric is also healthy for us. So we're gonna mix the salt and the turmeric and let this cook some more. So to complement our dinner, I have 3 red snapper. I just washed them thoroughly, dry them up with paper towel. I'm gonna do a quick seasoning now. Some black pepper. We're gonna add salt for flavor. We're gonna add some green seasoning in there. And I'm gonna go with my hands and I'm gonna marinate it. My green seasoning is contained of garlic, onion, thyme, pepper. We will add some curry powder. Did you remember back home we used to add some curry powder on the fish before we fry them? It used to give the fish a nice flavor. So we're gonna add some. And then we're gonna go in with some flour to make sure that we're coating this fish well. And I will mix everything together and we're gonna start the frying process. So I just added my floured and seasoned fish in the oil. I'm gonna fry them until they're nice and golden brown on both sides, and then we will be serving up very soon. Our friend Anita Chan tried my fish and bread recipe. She was so happy with the result and it came out very nice. Her whole entire family enjoyed it. So guys, tell me what you think about my display. So I have here my pumpkin, my bitter melon or Karila, my dal, rice, and I put a little bit dal on top. I have here some achar, my fried fish, and I have some hot pepper and cucumber to go with it. I'm gonna dive in there because I'm drooling and I know you guys are drooling too. I know from watching this video, you guys are gonna make some of these. So I like when I can give ideas, because sometimes we don't know what to make or sometimes we don't have ideas of what to cook. So I have it all here. I have a variety. So let me dig in now and share what all this flavor is tasting like. So now it's time to dive in, and I'm not gonna do that with a spoon. I'm gonna go in with my fingers because this right here needs some good sani. So I'm gonna take a little bit of dal, and that's how I do it. A little bit of the bitter melon. So I'm gonna taste this too with some of that achar. So this mouthful is for all of you guys. Karila, dal, and achar. Grab it quick. Mamma mia. What a beautiful, nice flavor combined with the achar, the dal, and the Karila. Amazing. So I'm gonna go in now for some dal and some butternut squash or pumpkin, and I know this is a lot of the viewers' favorite, and of course the achar is gonna complement that very well. To all my pumpkin lovers, I have you here, and all my vegetarian friends. That pumpkin is so sweet. I do not add sugar to my pumpkin because I normally cook the butternut squash, the winter squash, and there is no need for sugar in it. They're all so sweet, and that pumpkin just melt away. So now for the one that I was craving for today, dal and rice and the fried fish, nice and brown. Let me get a piece here. I'm gonna go in for a piece of the dal and rice and fried fish. Cheers. The fish is nice and crunchy the way I wanted it. And with that curry powder, it adds a nice flavor Reminds me of when my mom used to fry small bangameri with curry powder or mullet. It used to be very delicious when she fried them brown to eat with dal. Amazing, amazing. So before I go, I'm gonna do a little bit of pumpkin, a little bit of bitter melon or karela, some more dal, and some achar in there. So everything together, mix up. And then we're gonna go in for a nice big mouthful with all of it. Of course, a piece of the fish. That fish is cooked just the way I wanted it. Wow, guys. I wish if I can share with you to taste all this flavor that's going on here. And what I like about dal, you can pair it up with anything, any vegetable, any meat, any seafood, and you can have a delicious dinner or food combination. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, we hope you'll consider subscribing soon. Hit that like button, and we want to say stay blessed, stay safe. Bye for now.